Right. Okay. So we've normally got an intro. I was thinking today, like, I want to like do like a Gary Lineker thing. You know, like when match of the day is on, and before the news, Gary Lineker pops up and he says, "Hi, I'm Gary Lineker. If you want to catch up with the Premier League results of the day, join us on match of the day after the news." So I was going to kind of do that, something like that for our program, and I
We're,
think,
we're top four FPL. What's the match they got to do with it? And what do you mean you want to be Gary Lineker?
oh, I don't know. I like Gary Lineker, and I think he's, I thought I could probably do a good Gary Lineker impression, and maybe introduce a show. No.
Yeah, all right, whatever. Anyway, I'm going to go. I'll come back when everybody else is back.
All right, I'll see you when everyone else gets back. Okay, okay. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Gary Lineker. If you want to catch up with the Premier League results of the day, catch us on Match of the Day after the news.
There's nobody here. What are you doing? What? Why are you wearing that shirt?
Nothing. Nothing. I was just waiting.
Wicked, yes, what's happening, guys?
Hey, what up, Sparky?
Hey, you look like Gary Lineker, by the way.
Welcome to Top 4 FPL, another episode of your favourite fantasy Premier League programme, talking about how bad we are at fantasy Premier League, or how shit I am at least, because I think I'm near the bottom this week. How did you do, Sparky?
I did very good, actually. Well, I thought I did very good. I think I got a little bit robbed, but we'll come to that a bit later. Fabian Schär.
Oh,
yeah, we're definitely going to talk about that. But Noozle,
well,
why don't you share your screen? Let's have a look at. Yeah, why don't you share your screen and we can have a look at how you did this week. I think you scored quite highly, actually.
I'm just 10 points off the top of our mini league. So, right, Alien Space Cats. Yes. The first thing, let's start from keepers. I opted as a West Ham supporter. I thought, I got to be a little bit loyal to my team. So I selected Areola and Fabianski. Areola got me 1. If I had Fabianski on, he would have got me 0. So I'm glad I picked Areola. And I got Pedro Porro, who was the star of the weekend. Yes, Pedro Porro. Everyone out there who picked Pedro Porro is absolutely ecstatic right now. He was the first scorer of Tottenham's Premier League season. And what a player to pick. I picked one Tottenham player and he was the one. Brilliant. Zinchenko played. Absolutely. Those who thought Zinchenko might not 90, he got 90 minutes. Sometimes it's good when your player does get subbed, especially if he's a defender. If your player gets subbed as a defender and they haven't conceded, he still gets a clean sheet, even if they concede after he comes off. So that's brilliant. But yeah, I got clean sheet for Zinchenko. I got clean sheet for Dan Burn. So those who opted with Schär and not Dan Burn, brilliant. Okay, and I've got Connor Bradley, who is in negative half of being subbed because he came off for the last 13 minutes. But Connor Bradley can score sometimes when he comes on for a small amount of time, and it didn't work that time. But yeah, Bolly was on the bench, but because Darwin didn't play, Bolly came on and he gave me a whopping 2 score. Wicked, Bolly. Thank you. And then Palmer, the star of the moment, Palmer, was quite disappointing this week. Yeah, he got me 2. Gordon got me 3. Now, guys, it's only the first week in the Fantasy Premier League, so don't cry. Don't sell all your players right now. They might score this week. Hold on to them for a little while. So I'm going to keep Gordon and Palmer, even though they didn't really score this week. Saka. Now, this guy was my captain, but he wasn't supposed to be. And I'm 4 points worse off for it because I'm pretty sure I made Salah my captain. But when I checked on match day, it seemed to have just moved over to
Hang
Saka.
on, I'm pretty sure you made Salah your captain as well.
Yes, I did make Salah my captain. And I'm pretty sure I made Salah my captain. Someone has hacked my account and is switching my captain. Stop it, guys. Stop it. But anyway, I'm 4 points worse off. So I would have probably been a spot or 2 higher in the league. So yeah, but I'm happy with that. 24 for Saka and 14 for Salah. Not bad. Even though he wasn't my captain, he done me proud. And yeah, Isak up front. he got 5 that for an assist. So he didn't score this week, but 5's good. He's up there on the score list. So brilliant. And on the bench, Darwin didn't play this week. He's going to play probably next week. So I'm going to hold. Oh, I'll show you my transfers, actually. I'll probably hold on to Darwin. Muniz, I actually bought him for this next game week because I knew I wasn't going to play Muniz this week. This match week, Muniz has got a plum draw. Yeah. So this week, Fulham are away. Are at home to Leicester, guys. So Fulham players are probably good this week. So I've got Muniz, and yes, Amiel, my main man. Amiel,
Meows on the bench.
Absolute flag bearer of the Space Cats. I saw him play, guys. He played 90 minutes. He played 9 minutes, but I did see him kick the ball. He did kick the ball, guys. So I actually saw Amiel kick the ball. He can kick a ball and he kicks it quite well. So, guys, I'm going to keep him there. He's only 4 million. If you guys want to save some money, go and buy him. So that was my team. I finished
72 points. Yeah. Yes. 72 points was an excellent game week, I think. Well above the average.
Anything over 70 is considered a flying start. So I made a flying start, guys. And that's my team. 72 is my score. Alien Space Cats. Yes. Come on. And do you want to see my transfers?
Yes. No, we'll have a look at the transfers when we look ahead to the next game week. Maybe now if we can see your team, Sparky, and how you did.
Go for it.
All right.
How the Phlegmatic nut punches punched their way into game week 1.
Okay, so Phlegmatic nut punch, flying 64 points this week, which I was happy with. I thought, it could have been worse. The talking point for me was Fabian Schär getting sent off for basically looking at someone. I didn't know that was a rule in football.
Absolutely. That was absolutely
scandalous.
Did he look at
someone? Oh, it was that thing where he actually said yes, like that.
He went yes to him and looked him in the eye.
I nodded my head. I was saying yes, and he got sent off.
Yeah, and he got sent off, and the other guy started holding his face.
The other guy should have been sent off.
That just made me
yes.
So last week I chose to put Vicario because I thought Leicester was going to be a relatively easy game for Tottenham, but little did I know that Tottenham were just the worst team in the league. I don't know how I didn't see that. They played absolutely whack. Granted, I only saw the second half, so they didn't play well at all in the second half. I don't know about the first half, but they were.
Beginning of the match, Tottenham were on fire. At the first 10 minutes, they were playing on steroids or something.
It seems so. Yeah. They seem to be dominating.
Yeah, I mean, last week both of us predicted that. I predicted that Spurs would probably thrash Leicester, and it should have been at least 5-0 in the first 30 minutes. At least they obviously went 1-0 up, and then they couldn't capitalise on all the other chances, and then Leicester got back into the game. And then it's just that's an indicator of how things can just change immediately.
Yeah, Leicester are dangerous on the attack, and you can see Vardy still scoring. So Leicester,
yeah, he still looks quite alert. Vardy, he's always seems to be in the right place from what I've seen so far.
Daka's not bad either. I've name dropped Daka a few times on this show, so I think this is his season. Daka will make an appearance soon.
Ah, okay. Daka. We'll take note of that one. And I was a Pedro Porro supporter as well from the start.
Well done.
He obviously did the best, but he looked injured. Hopefully he won't be for the next game. But he was limping for a long while before he came off. It must have been about 15 or so minutes. I don't know. I had Zinchenko. The more I look at my team, the more it looks like your team. I don't know.
My team. Three similar players. Four. Gordon, Porro, Zinchenko, and Salah. That's all right.
Pedro, Zinchenko.
I won't say you're.
Anyway, so Zinchenko, obviously he played, and everyone said that he doesn't get minutes. I don't know why. Why wouldn't he get minutes? Is there something I've missed? So he played, got a clean sheet. Lovely. Alexander-Arnold played well, kept a clean sheet. Alexander-Arnold, what do you need to say about him? He's good. So I was a bit disappointed because I predicted Newcastle were going to have a rout.
Which they probably would have done if that staring in the face red card hadn't happened.
Yeah,
right.
I was predicting probably Isak would have got at least 2 out of that game, but it didn't happen that way. So Gordon 3, Isak 5. Rob pulled me up quite harshly in the last episode about Richarlison.
Rightly so.
And rightly so. So after the Spurs game, I was looking to get rid of half the Tottenham players, but we'll have a look at that after. Salah, what can you say? The thing is, and I'm such a harsh critic of Salah, but he does deliver. That's why I don't criticize him.
I don't
publicly,
understand all those comments. I don't understand all those comments, especially that Rock and Roll makes about Salah. The guy has scored on the first game of every Premier League season he's been, literally. And you have to pick him after that.
You have to,
It's customary that you should have Salah in your team on the first. I mean, that's true.
I agree because he delivers. He delivers. It's just his style and his decision making, like 95% of the time.
There you go. That's exactly.
It's really
exactly
frustrating watching him sometimes, but he delivers in the end. So you know, props to him and well done.
Can we talk about Salah versus Haaland being the two highest priced players in the game? I always do go with Salah rather than Haaland, always.
Yes.
Why?
So do I.
Because Salah is a midfielder and he costs less money. So that's 2 positives for Salah. And how many
he gets a clean sheet bonus as well
to cover them points. So
definitely makes sense. So yeah, that's basically my team. Bailey didn't get anything, which I was quite surprised about, but oh well, that is what it is. And then subs.
You played well though.
I did well considering. I think I would have been top of our little mini rivalry.
I was talking about Bailey. Bailey did well. Bailey played very well.
Sorry. Yeah, I didn't actually catch the game. Catch the game, unfortunately.
And Villa did beat West Ham.
Yes.
I think
actually my initial predictor, but I said they would draw for your benefit. Not because I actually thought they would.
I also said they had to draw written all over it. And I think Aston Villa, though, again, going back to what I said about Spurs, though, you never know. Next gen could change everything. But Aston Villa looked really impressive against West Ham. I think
they always. I told you on the last program. Now that was a prediction that I got right, but I got wrong as well because I said Villa always beat West Ham 2-1, and that is always the score. I said this time you're not going to have it, but I was wrong. I kind of knew in the back of my mind it was going to be 2-1 again, and it was 2-1. It's always 2-1 at West Ham against Villa.
Good predictor. Good predictor. Yep, so that's it. 64 points. I'm happy with my start. I think over to you, CEO.
It's not a bad score for the first day. Anything over 50 is always good to be consistent.
Yeah, happy. Oh dear, what are we looking at?
This was a bad game week, below average. I think how am I overall ranked 7,428,000. I'm like near the bottom, but things can only get better.
It's the pink socks. It's the pink socks.
I was going to say it's probably something to do with the kit.
Yes.
But I mean, when we have a funny name, well, I don't have a funny name though. I've got a good name, so I'd go with the kit this season rather than having a funny name. Obviously, it's not working, so I may have to redesign that. But starting off, Pickford. I predicted Everton. What an idiot! I predicted Everton would beat Brighton and do better than they would last season. Didn't think they could do as bad as last seain. Again, it's only the first game, but not that I'm complaining. But so not that the other goalkeeper did any better because he was a sub. He didn't play the Bradker, so it looks like I'm going to transfer him out at some point. But Arsenal, the clean sheet, so good 6 points each for Saliba and White. When I was picking the team, my initial pick was going to be Porro, but he cost 500,000 more than Van de Ven, if I remember correctly, which is why I went with Van de Ven because I was really impressed with the way I saw him play last season. And he did have, he was okay. So not much to talk about there.
Van de Ven, did you know Van de Ven has the highest clock speed in Premiership football, faster than Darwin?
Highest what?
He's clocked the fastest player. Fastest speed. The fastest player is Van de Ven. Fastest.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yes, I saw it.
Interesting.
I saw it on the match of the day with Gary Lineker.
Gary Lineker.
Yeah. Gary Lineker told
Yeah.
me.
Jota, like I said, it was a key pick for me being a midfielder this season and not a forward. And obviously came up with the goods again. Hopefully we'll score more this weekend when we play Brentford.
Come on.
I'm serious. I'll give him a couple of weeks, but Kudus, I don't see it. I mean, he's a good player, but I think he's overhyped.
I would have had him in my team, Kudus, but the only reason I don't have him, he was in my first draft. The only reason I don't have him because of the draws that West Ham have in the first like 5 or 6 games of the season. They are very tough matches.
Yeah, but it's exactly that. It's the first few games of the season. That's when you're hyped up. That's when you're ready to play a new season. First game, at home. So I thought, yeah, let's go with it. Normally I wouldn't have had him, but then I picked him. I didn't have him, and then I thought, yeah, let's go with him against Aston Villa, West Ham, new manager. He had in terms of goals scored and assists, he did quite well towards the end of last season. But yeah, he's a good player, but I don't think I'll keep him for too long. I'll give him a couple of weeks, but let's see.
As soon as you sell him, he'll score.
Yeah, that's what usually happens. So I made Isak captain based on the fact that I predicted, along with Sparky, that Southampton would get wasted at Newcastle. And again, they probably would have if the first, if Shaw hadn't been sent off. I mean, Newcastle would have played 80 minutes with 10 men. Having said that, yeah, they did really well. But again, it was only Southampton. But it would be interesting to see how Newcastle do in their next game. And I can't remember who they play next. But Watkins, it seemed okay. Maybe a bit. He still needs to get back. Needs some fitness time. I don't know, after the Euros or not. May keep him for another couple of weeks. But yeah. So all in all, a pretty crap game week. Well below average. Hopefully doing better next week.
Well, I mean, you got 43. You could have got 34. That would have been really sucky.
34
or 2T1.
We can have a look at our teams for next week. I don't know. Have we done our have you made your substitutions for the game week ahead?
I've done mine.
Yeah. Because if you're going to pick Chelsea players, Chelsea have got 38 players that you can select from.
Yeah.
Bless heck.
I wouldn't select anybody from Chelsea apart from Palmer and Neto. I think Neto's going to be good. And right now, Chelsea are a bit shaky. Sterling's out. Gallagher's out. They've got new players, so they're going to have to learn to gel together. And we'll see. At the moment, as a fantasy Premier League manager, I wouldn't chance any. I mean, everyone went for Nkunku. A lot of managers went for Nkunku, and I don't know why. Please let us know in the comments why. But yeah, there's no way I would select him in my team. Palmer is the only one, and Neto, I reckon, for now. Gusto didn't look bad, actually. Gusto didn't look bad as a defender. He looks like the kind of player who's going to at least get a few assists this season. And he could probably score as well. So yeah, as a defender, Gusto. As a midfielder, Palmer and Neto. That's it.
There's only one substitution that I've made this week that I want to talk about. Can you spot the sub?
Spot the sub. Brendan Rodgers.
Yes, Brendan Rodgers. We've got Brendan Rodgers. Like I said, I watched the whole game between West Ham and Aston Villa, and this guy, apparently they brought him in from Middlesbrough, and this guy was, I thought it was amazing. He's a midfielder, but plays really high up the pitch. He's kind of box to box, but he had a really good game. And if I made him vice captain, why have I made him vice captain? Who have I got captain? I've captained Isak again. No, hang on. That's not right. I'm making Rodgers captain this week. I'm making Rodgers captain this week against Arsenal because he's going to score a brace.
And he only costs like 5.5, doesn't he? He's only 5.5.
Yeah, he only costs 5.5, which means I've got a little bit in the bank now. How much have I got in the bank? I don't know, 2 million in the bank. I may go for Salah just to jinx it and stop you lot scoring. I don't know. I just wanted to show you Rodgers. That's my prediction.
Right.
That's my recommendation.
Can I just say from your team, I can see why you're not getting a good score. there's a few things there that
because all my players are crap.
I mean, for an experienced manager, you shouldn't be making these mistakes. First of all, you should have a keeper that you know is going to play. Dubravka is actually the second keeper in Newcastle. So, yeah, I know I picked him in my original drop, but at that time Pope was injured. So he's back from injury now, Pope. So Pope will play, and he will be the number one. And you have Saliba and White. Now, I know they're both good defenders, and they both can possibly get on the score sheet. But away to Aston Villa, I'm pretty much certain that Aston Villa will stop you from getting a clean sheet for any of those players. So I'd probably keep Arsenal defenders out this week. You've got two Arsenal defenders and Dubravka. So basically, you've got almost no points for three players back there.
Well, I don't know about no points for them, maybe. But the only thing is, the only two other players I can bring in, one of them's injured. That's Branthwaite. There's serious talk about Liverpool buying him, but I don't know how serious that is. And then there's some talk, not serious talk. And then Konsa, who obviously got taken off at half-time, which I was really impressed about with Arnie Slot, making that change immediately. That's something else that we should mention.
Wow.
Klopp would like wait until 65, 60 minutes before making any change. I don't know why. But Arnie Slot was ruthless and just said, no, fuck that ain't working. You're out. But I'm sure he'll start him against Brentford at Anfield. So yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe let's make that change. Who should I change? I'll change White and I'll bring in Konsa.
Right, is Konsa going to get 90
my
minutes?
team.
Again, Konsa isn't the kind of player that is assured 90 minutes. So again, this is a mistake, fantasy managers. I mean, yeah, I shouldn't be advising people in our league, but I'm advising you because this is our program, and for other managers that are watching, yeah, try and steer clear of players that don't play 90 minutes. And when you know a team has got a tough fixture, try not to bring in the defense of that team because they're not going to keep a clean sheet. So it just makes sense.
Any other things I should do there? The only other small point is Pope, even though he's not injured on Fantasy Premier League, he did look a bit like he had a bit of a knock towards the end of the game against Southampton there. So hopefully he's not injured, but you never know. If he's not fully fit, then Dubravka may start, but I'll keep him there because even if he doesn't play, then Pickford could come in. Wicked.
Well, Fantasy League, again, this is for the people that are watching. Really steer clear of ifs and maybes, and if you're not sure, it's best not to have them in your team. And that's just a little bit of advice from someone who's on the top half of the table.
All right, let's have a quick look at your team then, Van Doozy.
Okay. Right, this is my team. Pretty much the same as this week's game week, with one change. And can you spot the change?
Can you spot the change?
Bernardo?
Bernard!
The change.
Here he is.
Night. I have got Bernardo. That means if you don't bring in a Man City player this week, that probably means you do not want to win. So, because
we do not want Manchester City to win.
You do not want Man City to win. But Man City are going to win. Guys, I'm not good at predictions, so I'm going to do in general prediction, which is going to cover a whole range of scores. They're going to win from between 3-0 to 900-0. He's very active. We all know Bernardo Silva. He's a world-class midfielder who creates a load of goals, and he scores as well. So he's in there at 6.5. He's a bargain buy, and I think he'll be on a score sheet. So he's the player I bought in this week.
Okay, good player.
I bought in Muniz, especially for this week, so he didn't play last game's week. And they're at home to Leicester this week. I know Leicester are good, but Fulham are better. And I believe Muniz will get on the score sheet this week. I've got Darwin, who was also on the bench for the last game's week, because he didn't play. He was in the first 11, but he was subbed on my team. So he got 0 score for not playing. Yeah, he'll probably play Darwin this week. I don't know anything about him or how he thinks, but I kind of think that I can think like him. If I was a Liverpool manager, he would probably think like that and bring Darwin in. So I believe he'll play.
Yeah.
And Amiel played 9 minutes, but he kicked the ball and he kicked it really well, and I was impressed with him. I probably won't bring him on against Forest because he didn't play 90 minutes. So he'll probably be on the bench. Gordon away to Bournemouth, and Isak, they both likely to get on the score sheet or assist. And Pedro Porro at home to Everton. We all know how it went for Everton this week. So brilliant. Come on, Pedro. Bolly away to Southampton. Bolly's a good player. He does get 90 minutes. He'll probably be on the bench, but he's there. Burn this week got me a clean sheet and hopefully may get me another one this week away to Bournemouth. I've got Bradley at home to Brentford. Didn't get 90 minutes this week again. I hope he gets 90 minutes this week. Maybe not, but he is a player that can score even if he doesn't. Zinchenko, always impressive. He's there again away to Villa, but he'll probably be on the bench. And then Areola in goal away to Crystal Palace. So I'm not expecting to get a clean sheet there. But to make up for that, I reckon I'll get loads of goals on the field. So that's my team for this week. Alien Space Cats. Hurrah!
Any tips?
Okay, nut punches. Let's have a look at yours.
Okay. So spot the difference.
Okay, I've spotted it immediately. And I know that you have Vardy.
Yes, I choose Vardy, and that's not me trying to jump on a train of any sort because he scored, because that's not why I picked him, realistically. I picked him because he is playing Fulham. If there's going to be an easier game this season, not going to be many. So if he's going to score, I think he will score. I think there's a 6-pointer there for him.
Vardy is always likely to score. I've never counted him out. I know Leicester are newly promoted, but we all know Jamie Vardy.
For me, that gives me 1.5 in the bank for next week if necessary. The dilemma was, do I get rid of Vicario? But they are playing Everton. So again, it was a fixture decision, really, to pick Vardy, give me the money and my banker that he will score. So it was many reasons why I picked Vardy, not just because of his.
Is he only 5.5 this season?
He's only 5.5. Imagine he was like a 10.5, 11 player.
He was a
10
plus player at one point. Yeah,
5.5. Capable of scoring, good finisher. Yeah, you never know.
Well, we have the same attack apart from Vardy.
Yeah, and a lot of my players happen to be differentials, so I don't know how it's working. Like if we look at, for example, Zinchenko, he's only selected by 3.2%.
That's a good one.
Differential.
I can't believe that.
1.6.
Yeah, because he's injured now. So that was the first substitution that everyone made, transfer, basically.
I don't actually think he was that high. Leon Bailey, 3.5. So I've got quite a few differentials. Darwin, 4.8, but there's a reason Darwin's differential, I guess. Even Odegaard, what's Odegaard at? 15.
Wow.
So a lot of my players are differentials. Vicario, 4.1. So my team is very different to most. Very different. And considering I got 64 points, I think that was a good selector. I'm quite happy with it. Gordon, I think he'll show up this week. He'll show up this week with some points as well as Isak. So there's some money to be made here. His percentage is the highest, isn't he? He's like 54.
Wow.
But then next week he's got Tottenham. He could show up against them, and then Wolves as well for the week after. So I don't think people will be too quick to ship him out. I don't think it would be wise, to be honest, but I won't be either way. We'll see. We'll keep him. My next player to ship out probably next week will probably be Vicario. I'll probably upgrade on my keeper.
Oh, interesting.
And,
what about Fabian
Schär? He will have to go as well. But I think I'm going to replace my depending on if Pedro Porro remains fit, if he stays fit and is able to play. If he's not, then I'll have to get rid of probably Schär or Porro, one of them. Not a huge change, just a Vardy coming in. If I was to say points, I'd say Alexander-Arnold will probably get me 6 points on count of an assist or a goal or something like that. Zinchenko probably won't get a clean sheet. Pedro Porro, if he plays, I think clean sheet, 6 points there. Yeah, I think I should be easily hitting maybe 55 points easily, hopefully this week.
I mean, seeing as your
point to prove as well.
Seeing as your team is called Phlegmatic Nut Punch, you've got a good chance.
Yes, there's always a chance, and I don't have pink socks, as you noticed. So, I think I'll do well this week.
It helps not to have pink socks.
Some nice games ahead this weekend. Said Aston Villa, Arsenal. Let's make some predictions. Brighton, Man United. I would love to predict Brighton to win, but yeah, I'll go 0-0.
2-2.
2-2 is what I was going to say. I was going to say 2-2.
So we're all going to be a draw. Crystal Palace, West Ham.
Yeah. Oh.
another draw there, I think.
Draw. Yeah.
Right, I'm not good at predicting West Ham because every time I predict it, the opposite happens. So West Ham are going to get battered by Palace 10-0. 10-0 Palace.
I'll call it 1-1.
Okay.
I'll go with 1-1 as well. Score draw. Score draw. Yeah.
Here's one for the people that do the pools. All right, Fulham, Leicester.
I say Fulham will win that. Leicester did well because Spurs couldn't score, basically, when they had those chances. I think Fulham will score when they have those chances earlier on. I think Fulham will win that 3-1.
I think 2-0 Fulham.
2-0. Okay, well, I'm going to go with a Leicester win since I picked Vardy. Okay. I'm going to say 2-1 Leicester.
Okay, 2-1 Leicester. Right, okay, Man City Ipswich.
Haaland double hat-trick. 7-0. Yeah. Even Doku could probably score in this game.
But... Right, yeah, everyone's going to score. Yeah, I'll give that about 7-0 to Man City.
All right, go on. 7-0 or 8-0. I'll raise you. 8-0. Go on. 8-0.
8-0. Okay.
100-0.
180. Okay, Southampton Forest.
Southampton 2-0 Southampton.
Right, okay. I'm going to say 1-1. That looks like a 1-1 game.
It does, doesn't it? But
when I say that, it never happens. Yeah, it does look like a 1-1 game, yeah.
I was going to say that as well, but just to be different, I'm going to say 2-1 Southampton. Yeah, Southampton to win at home.
Okay, win for Southampton. Spurs Everton.
5-0.
5-0. Okay. I'll go around that 3-0. I can't see any goals from Everton, but I'm going to say 3-0 Spurs.
3-1, 3-0. I'm going to say only because I want a clean sheet for Porro, but I think Everton actually will score.
Villa Arsenal. This is quite a big one now. Villa have become like one of the top 6 all of a sudden.
Well, Villa beat Arsenal last season, if I remember correctly, and I think they're going to win. Obviously, I made Morgan my captain, and I'm saying he's going to score 2, so it's at least 2 something, or at least 2. I'm going to go 3-2.
They'll probably beat Arsenal 2-1.
Yeah, I actually think Villa is going to win as well, and I was actually going to say 3-2 as well, so I'm going to go with that. I feel quite strongly about that prediction.
Okay.
3-2.
Bournemouth Newcastle?
Newcastle 4, Bournemouth 1.
Right, okay.
1-4.
I hope you're right about that, but for some reason I think this is 1-1. Yeah, because they both got stripy kits, and I don't know, it's like they look like they're going to get one goal.
They cancel each other out.
What significance that holds, but I said it anyway, and I can't take it back. So
2-1 Newcastle going in.
Okay,
come on.
Right, Wolves Chelsea. Oh, Wolves are pretty.
I think Wolves did really well against. Sorry, not Wolves. Yeah, Wolves did quite well this week, didn't they? I think they did. Who did they play this week? I remember Wolves did well.
They always play
well. They lost 2-0
to
Arsenal.
They lost 2-0 to Arsenal. Yeah.
But they played quite well, so I'll give Wolves the benefit of the doubt. And we have Bunny in the house.
Yeah.
What's up, Doug? What's up, Doug? How you guys doing?
And we'll see you again next week.
Take care, guys. Thank you for joining us on Top 4 FPL, and good night.
So you just managed to catch us in time, Bunny, to predict the Wolves. Where's he on? He's gone again. Wolves Chelsea. I'm going to say, let's 2-1 Wolves.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to say Wolves win as well. I want to say Wolves win because I'm just so disappointed by Chelsea. Yeah. 1-0 Wolves, 1-0.
Right, okay. I think Wolves will pull one off. Oh! Right, Wolves 2, Chelsea 1.
Yeah, I'm going to say I'm going to go nuts with it and put a bet on it because it's going to be the result 3-1 Chelsea.
Okay. Liverpool.
And then we have the final game of the weekend. Liverpool at home to Brentford. First game of the season at Anfield. Arnie Slot welcoming game, and Brentford to win 1-0.
He's a Liverpool supporter if you don't already know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Brentford 2, Liverpool 0 or 0-2. Yes.
Right, okay, I can
That's
see
how
why
we do it
you
here.
guys are predicting that because you're trying to anti-jinx yourselves. Okay. Liverpool 5, Brentford 0. No Ivan Toney. And yeah, I mean, he wasn't playing anyway. Okay, Whistle will get a goal. 5-1 Liverpool. Salah will
Thanks
score.
again for joining us on this episode. We hope you enjoyed it,
Yeah.
but we'll catch you again next week.
Thank you very much.